Welcome, reality designers. Denny Van here. Today, I want to navigate the topic of the art of silence. How to harness the power of quiet for transformation. And so, by incorporating moments of silence throughout the day, this will help us tap into deeper levels of productivity and creativity by quieting the mind from distractions. And we live in a world of distractions. So silence is not just about an absence of sound. It can be a powerful tool for personal transformation. It helps us to quiet our minds, tune out distractions, and connect with our inner selves. And when we incorporate regular periods of silence, even scheduled times of silence in your daily lives through whether it's meditation, self hypnosis, or other mindfulness practices, you choose what works for you. What we're doing is opening ourselves up for profound change that positively impacts every aspect of our being. And so, in today's very fast paced world, silence is becoming increasingly rare. And when we are constantly surrounded by noise from various sources, such as traffic, technology, and chatter, research has shown that incorporating moments of silence into our daily lives can have numerous benefits for our mental health and well being. And silence has a power that can transform your life. One major benefit of silence is that it allows us to clear our minds and reduce stress levels. This is very important because when we're surrounded by constant noise and distractions, our brains become overstimulated. And this can lead to feelings of anxiety, for one, and tension within the body. Taking a few minutes each day to sit in silence can help calm the mind and promote relaxation. And silence also helps improve focus and concentration. By eliminating the external distractions, we are better able to direct our attention towards the task at hand, which leads to increased productivity. So, spending time in silent reflection allows us to gain insight into ourselves and connect with our inner thoughts and emotions. This self awareness can lead to personal growth as we become more attuned with ourselves. So, this concept of silence and its benefits, what are they? Well, number one, the benefits of silence and participating and practicing in it throughout your day can reduce stress. And in our world today, in this fast paced, chaotic environment, sometimes taking time out, even 90 seconds, 2 minutes, put a timer on if you have to, for yourself in silence, in contemplation, you allow your body to relax, to release that stress. And another benefit is increased self awareness, because silent helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions without judgment or distraction. 2 minutes, if you have 2 minutes throughout the day. This awareness gives us greater insight into who we truly are at our core, at our foundation. And another benefit is increased focus. Get silent, And then clarity comes, increased focus comes. When we quiet our minds through silent, we can better concentrate at the task, on this task at hand, and achieve greater levels of this productivity, things produced by being silent and not moving. Seems contradictory or counterintuitive, doesn't it? However, another benefit is enhanced creativity because silence allows us to tap into our innermost creative space by freeing ourselves from external distractions and allowing new ideas to flow in. And then we have improved emotional well being through silence. Regular periods of silence can help us connect with our inner, deeper emotions and develop a deeper sense of self awareness. You build and develop a relationship with this silence within you, leading to improved mental health and better sleep quality. Who doesn't want that benefit, right? Because silence provides an opportunity for introspection, incorporating moments of silence before bed can help calm the mind and promote better sleep quality. Science has shown this. And another benefit as we increase self reflection, silence provides an opportunity for introspection, helping us reflect on our thoughts. What am I saying yes to? What do I need to say no to? And then our actions and our beliefs, we can reprogram those beliefs that no longer serve. And we discover those beliefs through self reflection. And then we are able to create these positive changes in our lives. And then heightened spiritual awareness is another benefit of silence. Many spiritual practices incorporate silence as a means of connecting with higher consciousness or divine energy. Close the mouth, open up the ears, and open up the inner ears. And this heightened spiritual awareness really does connect with this higher consciousness, whatever you call it, source, divine energy, Christ consciousness, whatever that is for you, you are connecting with it. It's the nameless. And then we benefit through silence with improved relationships by cultivating inner peace. And that's my true self. That's my true nature as a manifester, peace. My not self is anger. And when I improve my relationship with myself and this energy being, I improve all of my relationships. And by cultivating this inner peace, this inner knowing through regular periods of silence, we are more equipped to handle the conflicts that arise and be able to communicate effectively in our relationships. And so, by aligning with your unique human design through regular times, practice of silent contemplation, you will discover new depths within yourself while experiencing these life changing benefits. And you have to experience them firsthand for yourself because silence enables us to listen more deeply to ourselves and others. We improve communication skills in relationships, incorporating regular periods of silence into your daily life through meditation or whatever it is you choose can lead to profound changes. And silence by design, if you are a generator energy type. Now, again, I'm going to say disclaimer. These are just surface observations for the energy types in silence. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Because again, I say this again and again, there is so much information out there. This is the time to take something that resonates with you and then implement it. Okay. So, silence by design, if you are a generator type energy, and this is one of the most common types in the human design, representing approximately, they say 70% of the population. I'm married to an amazing generator. He is totally awesome. And they are known for their ability to create and generate energy, making them natural builders and doers. They are the doers. So, to align with your unique blueprint, generators should focus in on following their gut instincts and responding to opportunities that come their way and are in alignment. And by doing so, you can tap into a deep wellspring of creative power. You align with the things that you want to manifest and desire. And if you happen to be a manifester type energy, hello, that would be me, 5-1, no doubt. Becoming a co creator with your unique human design. Manifestors are the initiators in human design, and they possess an innate ability to bring ideas into reality through sheer force of willpower and just setting an intention or telling someone an idea and they run with it, right? And they're so successful with it. However, manifestors must be careful not to impose their will onto others or risk encountering resistance from those around us as manifestors, because our energy is very big. And to some people, that's repelling. So we want to be aware of that and align with our unique blueprint. And manifestors focus on making sure that communication is clear and transparent about what you want to be able to do while respecting the needs and boundaries of others. So I am learning this. I started learning about human design in 2016. I became a hypnotist in 2008, and I've been a professional linguist for about 30 years. My specialty is nonverbal communication. And communication is very powerful when you understand how to use it. If you happen to be a projector, you are the natural guides who excel at seeing patterns and systems within complex situations. So, getting quiet inside, and then this is important, your conditioning, your biases, your beliefs, your programming, push it to the side and observe. And then you show your talent for understanding how people work together and thrive when given recognition. So you observe, you excel at this. And with this skill set, rather than trying too hard to keep up with the other types like generators, and many projectors are conditioned to behave like generators. Generators tend toward more physical activities like building things, taking action without much thought put into it beforehand, and they're still successful. But this could lead projectors to feeling burnt out if trying too hard, instead of focusing on using your skills where you shine the brightest. So use silence to your advantage. And reflector energy types, embracing silence as a tool for alignment. And so reflectors represent less than 1% of the population, but they possess an incredible gift. They act as mirrors, reflecting back the energies around them in order to understand themselves better. So you need time, silence, and reflection to align with your unique blueprint. Because reflectors incorporate periods of silence. When they do this into their daily routine, this will allow them to tune into their intuition and then gain this deeper understanding of the energies around them, leading to greater self awareness and alignment with their true purpose. And so this takes time, slow movement, slow decisions, and silence, periods of silence. This will benefit you. Now, the manifesting generator energy types, aligning action with intuition for optimal results. Manifesting generators are hybrids between manifestors and generators. And again, this is my understanding of human design. They possess both the ability and innate action to generate energy. So I have my brother who lives with me, he's a manifesting generator, and my second son is a manifesting generator. However, they must be careful not to get stuck in a pattern of constantly taking action without considering whether it aligns with their intuition or overall purpose. So you must have clarity of purpose. Otherwise, you're shooting darts everywhere and you're kind of wasting your energy. So, to align with your unique blueprint, manifesting generators, consider focus on following your gut instincts while also being open to unexpected opportunities that come your way. And by doing so, you can help tap into a powerful combination of creative power and intuition as guidance that allows you to manifest results beyond what you could have imagined possible. But it takes periods of getting silent and getting clear on where you're going to shoot those darts. And let's talk a little bit about your environment with human design and using silence and your environment to really enhance the energy. Because when we are in our design environment, our bodies naturally relax and our heart rate naturally slows down. So the human environments are the cave, the market, the kitchen, the mountain, the valley, the shore. My environment is valley. My husband is the market. My second son is the kitchen. My first son, I don't know, I'd have to look at him again, but my brother, these are all who live with me right now. And my brother is the cave. And it's so interesting because when we first moved onto this property, we have a full in sink basement. I hated going down there. I mean, my son lived down there until he moved out. And so then my brother moved in and he moved down there and he just thrived down there. And I looked up his human design. His environment is cave. And so he started healing down there. And so when we understand our environment and incorporate silence as a tool to expand and open our energy in our natural environment, this can lead to reduced levels of cortisol, you know, the hormone associated with stress. And silence provides an opportunity for introspection and reflection, allowing us to process our thoughts and emotions more effectively in our natural environment according to our energy type. It can also improve focus and concentration by reducing distractions from external stimuli. And so it's really interesting that the property that we bought um, this property on, it's in a natural wooded valley. So we're on a natural, like maybe 1 or 2% slope, and it's naturally draining from east to west. And so In this environment, silent plays a crucial role for improving communication skills through active listening. Being in your natural environment and being silent turns on your ears not only to your external environment, but turn on your internal ears to your internal environment. And being silent allows us to fully focus in on those messages that we're receiving without distractions or interruptions. And then we can give our undivided attention to what's being expressed internally and process this information more effectively. And this gives us time to gather our thoughts and express themselves clearly. Take a moment, do a 3, 2, 1 before deciding to react or respond. Do you really need to respond? Because this leads to better communication and it builds trust and rapport between both parties. And it shows you are genuinely interested in hearing what the other has to say without judgment or interruption. But what many of us do is we listen to how we're going to react or respond or what we are going to say. So this is just a little bit of shift because practicing silence in daily life involves intention, intentionally creating moments of stillness and quiet throughout your day. This can be done through meditation, activities, taking a moment to take some deep, slow breaths, expanding breaths, taking a few minutes to disconnect from all the technology and external distractions, and put a timer on if you need to. But we can incorporate moments of silent practices throughout our day. So here are some tips that you can take or dismiss as you like. Just again, take what resonates with you and let go of the rest. But number one, start small. If we don't want to make big changes because big changes, our nervous system naturally doesn't like change. So big changes could create resistance within your own nervous system. So start small. Begin by setting aside just 90 seconds, 2 minutes, and then build 30 seconds from there. You can add 30 seconds every 2 times you take a silent break or every other day. You decide. Figure out, experiment what works for you. This is important because you choose. But once you choose, be consistent. I struggle with this. Being consistent is a struggle. However, once you consistently intend to do it for, some say 28 days, some say so many days, decide on how many days you're going to intentionally create consistency. After that, it becomes a habit, but you have to get through that threshold of intention. So consistency is key when it comes to building new habits, but try to make your chosen practice a part of your daily routine. And how to find your chosen practice? You got to find what works for you because I could share what works for me. You could try that, but your higher self might show you something that says, hey, take a look at this. So pay attention to the signals that the field might send your way. And this is how you find what works for you because there's many different types of meditations and mindfulness practices out there. So you are the experiment. Become the lab because you're going to find what resonates with you. And then next step is to create your environment. Pay attention to your human design environment. What is that environment? You can create that, whether it's finding a quiet space or playing soothing music in the background. Create the environment that helps you facilitate relaxation and focus. And then, important, disconnect from the technology. Take time away from the screens, away from the devices during your silent practice to fully immerse yourself in the present moment. And throughout the day, practice gratitude. If you see something you don't like, thank you for showing me that. I pray that it ends in its highest good, as its highest result, whatever that is for that situation. And then let it go, practicing gratitude and anything that shows up in your experience that you're like, wow, that's exactly what I needed right here, right now. Thank you. Come into this space of gratitude, not just repeating words off your lips, not just going through the motion of saying thank you, but coming into that space of gratitude. And your silent practice can help you do that by focusing on the things that you're thankful for, even the little things, the simple things. And most important, when you start on this journey of incorporating these things into your life, don't judge yourself. I know I did. I did, but I learned as the judgments come, because they will, I thank them and then let them go. Oh, thank you for telling me that judgment. Thank you. Let it go. Come back. That's the practice. Acknowledge it was there, thank it, let it go, and come back to your practice. This movement will get less and less and less as you set your intention and allowing yourself to go through this process. So be flexible with it. I know, be consistent, be flexible. Your practice may change over time. I know mine has practice. I started with the Gateway Project. I did transcendental meditation. I did all kinds of different meditation practices. And now I just sit with a tune and align myself with that note. And that's my practice right now. So be flexible. Allow yourself to experiment with what works for you. Now, these challenges can, be overwhelming, but you can overcome them. And it does involve recognizing and addressing factors that will make it difficult for us to be still and quiet. And these challenges could include external distractions, noise pollution, internal distractions such as racing thoughts or emotions. Eating or drinking overstimulating foods can overstimulate us and be a challenge for our nervous system to really calm down and experience the silence. So pay attention to those when they come up, because you can create a conducive environment for the silence by finding a peaceful place, minimizing those distractions, and practicing these techniques, whatever works for you. And we'll be doing some of those. We'll be offering some of those. And let's talk a little bit about the fear of silence, the discomfort that comes up when it's silent. Yeah, addressing the fear or discomfort with silence. First of all, it involves acknowledging and understanding the underlying reasons for these feelings. It can be helpful to explore any past experiences or cultural conditioning that may have contributed to any negative association with silence. Practicing mindfulness and non judgment. becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions in moments of silence can also help alleviate fear or discomfort. Just acknowledge it. That's the first step. Learning effective communication skills, active listening, asking open ended questions, and using reflective statements can make it easier to engage in meaningful conversations without feeling the need to fill every moment with words. So, some techniques for overcoming this fear can be embrace it. Silence can be a powerful tool in communication. And when I come in as an interpreter, a professional linguist, between two languages, there's going to be silence because I'm listening and comprehending in one language, processing in how I'm going to express it in the other language. And I can often feel it's usually the English speaking side that is most uncomfortable with the silence. And I feel that. And it's an opportunity to reflect on what's been said and or to allow the other person time to process their thoughts. So pay attention to that. Active listening, you focus in on understand what someone is saying rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. And here's the interesting thing is many of us are so in victim mode that we don't hear what another person is actually saying. We become offended by the words that they are using to express themselves. And so if somebody is using explicit word, F and this and S and this and F and this and this and F and this and this, many of us will just hear the F and shut down and not hear anything anymore. So by practicing mindfulness and active listening, we can allow those what we might perceive as darts into us, all of those explicitives, we might perceive them as darts into us, allow them to go through you and listen to what the person is saying beyond the words. And by practicing mindfulness, we can help reduce anxiety and increase comfort with this silence. And you teach yourself how to observe your thoughts without judgment, and you teach others how to treat you. And you can do this by asking open-ended questions. And you can ask yourself open-ended questions. And when we do this, we activate a part in our nervous system called the reticular activating system. How can today be amazing? Wake up with this open-ended question. Ask somebody else, how is your day being amazing today? That might throw them off because everybody's so used to, how are you? And then lying about it, I'm good, when underneath you can feel they're not doing so good. So we can be authentic and honest with each other by the way we use open-ended questions and body language. So nonverbal communication is my specialty. 30% or less of language is spoken and verbal. 70% of language is nonverbal. Cues, nonverbal cues like nodding or maintaining eye contact. This shows that you are engaged in the conversation, even if there's a lull in speaking. So if you're not used to maintaining eye contact, I worked with a client, she just could not look people in the eyes. So we experimented with her, and it turned out she's a reflector. So what she did was she used glasses as a little bit of a barrier so that she can look at a person in their eyes. And actually, she chose to look at their third eye. And while she imagined them looking at her, but they stopped right here. So this helped her maintain this connection, and it helped her open up to a whole world of communication that she didn't have access to before. So this nonverbal communication is 70% of how we communicate. And this is important when you're communicating with someone. Are you open? Are your feet flat on the floor, or are your legs crossed? Are your arms crossed? Are you turned to the side? Are you leaning in? Where are you when you're engaging in with nonverbal communication? And this type of knowledge and implementation of this knowledge can lead you to greater success because you show people how to read your energy 70% of what you're communicating. So we can prepare ahead of time. If you know that silence makes you uncomfortable, prepare some topics or questions ahead of time so that you have something ready to discuss if there is any kind of pause in communication. Because the ability of silence to bring about deep and meaningful changes is so transformative and powerful. Because the power of silence refers to the ability of silence to bring about deep and meaningful changes, not only to ourselves, but it also spreads onto society. You become the light, and those around you can't help but be lit up. And you can do this through silence, right? It seems counterproductive, but meaningful changes are what we're looking for with silence, not holding off or giving the silent treatment. I'm not talking about that type of behavior. Communication with others is very important. This kind of silence can provide a space for reflection, introspection, and self discovery. And it can also facilitate communication, empathy, and understanding between people from different backgrounds or with opposing view. So I interpret for people who use visual languages of all different kinds of backgrounds. And by embracing silence and keeping open to listening, even though the other person isn't saying a word, using it as a tool for personal growth and social harmony, we can cultivate greater awareness, compassion, and wisdom. This is powerful. So, incorporating regular periods of silence into your daily life through whatever means you experiment with, whatever works for you, this can lead to profound changes. Try it, experiment with it. Don't just take my word for it. Don't take any information. I'm learning this myself there because I'm a 5-1. The investigator in me wants to learn about it all, but now I'm implementing. And once you go from learning to implementing, this is where the magic happens. This leads to profound changes in your overall quality of life and can help you tap into deeper levels of peace, productivity, creativity by quieting the mind. All right. So, with that said, I want to hear from you. I want to know how you're designing your reality. Let me know in the comments and do all the hits, like, subscribe, do all the bells and whistles so that we can get our message out there that you can design your reality. And in the meantime, keep being amazing.